Baby, is it good to you?
Is it good to you?
Is it
Tell me, is it good to you? Oh yeah,
Is it good to you?
Is it good to you?
So we're back with another video, and today's video I'm gonna get a little bit more serious. I actually started a YouTube channel because I wanted to raise awareness for a condition that I have that has affected a lot of black people around the world. It's a black disease called sickle cell. I want to do this video to kind of raise awareness on the condition, on the disease, sickle cell disease, because I feel like it's not spoken on enough. Like, I feel like it should be spoken on just as much. It isn't seen as that important to the other diseases, and a lot of people around me, like a lot of people I know, they heard of sickle cell but they don't actually know what it is and how it affects people. I was also inspired to do this video by Tina Anitra. She also has sickle cell and she actually done a whole YouTube video about it, and she's around my age, and a rapper called A Star, who literally is doing a campaign right now encouraging black people especially to give blood. So basically I'm just going to answer questions that a lot of people may ask regularly and a lot of people have asked me. Okay, so basically, obviously the first question is, what is sickle cell anemia disease or sickle cell anemia? From what I know, I'm not going to look up the definition, this is from what I know. Sickle cell disease is when you don't have enough red blood cells, so your red blood cells are abnormal. So normal people's blood cells are shaped like that, like a normal red blood cell, but with sickle cell people, our blood cells are shaped like an S. That's probably why it's called sickle, because S for sickle. We don't have enough of the normal red blood cells, and because of that, the blood cells are more likely to get stuck together, and when they do get stuck together and they're not flowing through your body properly, that's what causes a crisis pain. And when you get a crisis pain, that's what you call a sickle cell crisis. You know, it is inherited. It can be inherited if both of your parents have sickle cell trait. Sickle cell trait doesn't actually affect you the way sickle cell would. Sickle cell trait is just, you just have trait, like it's not actually sickle cell. Both my parents had sickle cell trait, we didn't know they had sickle cell trait. That's why I ended up having sickle cell. My brother has trait, he didn't actually end up having a full sickle cell disease. You can have a child with sickle cell when two of the parents have trait, or one of the parents have sickle cell and the other one has trait, or two of the parents have sickle cell. That's how you get sickle cell. But anyways, I'm gonna look up the definition of what it says over here on the NHS, and it basically says sickle cell anemia is an inherited form of anemia, a condition in which there aren't enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen throughout your body. Normally your red blood cells are flexible and round, moving easily through your blood vessels. In sickle cell anemia, the red blood cells become rigid and sticky and are shaped like sickles or crescent moons. These irregularly shaped cells can get stuck in small blood vessels, which can slow or block blood flow and oxygen to parts of the body. So that's more or less what I kind of said, but I kind of exaggerated the cell because from what I heard growing up, it's shaped like an S. So the second question is, what is your everyday life with sickle cell? Okay, so basically I have to make sure that I'm always hydrated, literally always drinking water. I have to make sure that I'm hydrated, basically always on the go with water, or just, you know, something that will make my blood, you know, flow through my body. I have to make sure that I'm taking my medications. So right now I'm on 3 daily medications for my sickle cell. I have to make sure that I'm hydrated, make sure that I take my medication, make sure that I'm warm, even though with me, like, I feel like I'm always hot, and I'm always hot when everyone around me says it's cold. And that's the problem. My nurse did say that with other sickle cell people, like, we don't actually feel the cold, and the cold is one thing that kind of triggers a sickle cell crisis. So that's basically my everyday life with sickle cell. Where are your crisis pains, and what does it feel like to have a crisis pain? So basically, what it feels like, first of all, it feels like someone is stabbing you, like someone is stabbing you constantly. Stab, 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 like constantly stabbing you. Like I feel like the pain, I try my best to describe the pain, but I feel like you won't know what the pain is unless you have sickle cell. Like it's actually a really hard pain to describe. It's not a normal ache, like, oh, I have an ache in my body. Like, no, it's you know, it's a proper, like, if you don't have sickle cell, you won't understand basically what the pain is. It can vary between 0 to 10. My nurse always says, what's the level of pain you have? It can vary between 0 to 10. Right now, I kind of have pain every single day, but it's not a really bad pain. Like right now, my pain is like 1. Like right now, I'm in pain, but it's not like proper pain. Like I just feel achy, like, you know what I'm saying? But there's been times where it can be 7, 10. 10 is where I have to be admitted to the hospital. 4 is like where it's a really bad pain, but I can take morphine, codeine, something to just make it go away, or diclofenac, you know, a painkiller that can just make it go away. And my crisis pains can be in my back, my whole of my back. It can be in my legs especially. The main pain I get in are my legs, my back and my chest. Those are the 3 main spots I get in. And the chest is the worst for me. The chest is like, I feel like I'm dying, honestly. But anyway, God forbid. I'm blessed, I'm highly favoured. How do you help the crisis? Well, as I said, I have like 3 painkillers on the type of levels of pain I might have. So when it's like maybe like level 3, I'll take ibuprofen, paracetamol. When it's like a 4, I'll take diclofenac. When it's like a 5, 6, I'll take codeine. Then when it reaches like over like 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to the hospital to deal with that. How has sickle cell affected your childhood? This made me quite closed. Like, I'm not an open person. Like, now I am. Like, I'm speaking to YouTube about it. Like, I'm very open now, but growing up, I wasn't open at all. I don't make it apparent that I have it. Like, if I'm ill, you won't see me in school. If they ask me why I'm not in school, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm ill. But they don't actually know like the type of extent of ill I'm actually in. If I was ill in school, I wouldn't say it. I'd just be smiling like, Obviously there's a reason for that, because I feel like people are ignorant and they don't know what it means. That's why I'm here today, to tell you what it's about. But growing up, I used to hear so much, like, people didn't know what it meant. And I remember there was one time in school when I was younger, I was off school for a good minute, you know what I'm saying. I came back and I guess the teacher was like in front of the whole class, oh, you're feeling better now, like, something. She said something that everyone was like,
what's sickle cell? Yeah, I'm sick with that.
That basically, my teacher said something that basically implied that I had something going on with me, and being the immature students that people were, they weren't being very confident about it. They were just like, what was that? So that means you can't do that. Like, they were just making it seem like I'm something, you know what I'm saying? And someone even made up the rumour that I had cancer. Like, so stuff like that just made me very close. I didn't want to talk to anyone about it because I felt like people were just ignorant. People don't, and it's not their fault because it's not spoken about. Like, we don't know what it is. I missed a lot of school. My attendance was very poor. Till this day, it still kind of is. Affected my social life. I barely went out. And when I did, my mom had to drive me everywhere. I never got on trains, never got on public transport, which sounds amazing. Like, oh my gosh, your mom drives you everywhere. Not really, because when you're growing up, like, you want to kind of like be, what's the word, independent. But obviously now I am, you know, I've gotten to the stage where I can do things myself now because I can take care of myself more better. During my childhood, yes, I wasn't really mobile. I had very low self-esteem because I just thought people just didn't understand. Had a lot of comments thrown there and there. Primary school, secondary school, you know, that type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nice. I didn't feel good about it. So I had low self-esteem issues, I had low confidence issues during my childhood. And yeah, does sickle cell have a cure? Now, there's been new treatments and developments coming up. Like, in the next 5 years, I probably will be cured. Like, God willing, I probably would be, because there's so much new developments coming out. And as I said, it needs to be spoken on more because people don't know about it. Especially the UK, they don't see it as important as the other diseases that may affect. Like somewhere like Atlanta, Georgia, it's more spoken on because there's a lot of black people there, so they know a lot more about it. They say there's no cure, like there's literally on the NHS website, the bottom line says is there's no cure for sickle cell, but there is treatments for it. Trust me, there's cures, but we don't know about it. I feel like there's a cure for everything, for every single condition. God willing that it will come more out in the open. How has sickle cell affected me in school? My attendance never was over 90%. It was poor. So I had a lot of catching up to do every single time I went back to school. Catch up. Like, when you have sickle cell, like, I know of people that have sickle cell who say that when you go back to school, it's literally like a catch-up session every single time. You're catching up, like, because you're missing so much of school. But the thing is, even though my attendance was so poor, I was still a very good student. Like, I still got decent grades. My teachers were never worried that I wouldn't succeed. They were just like,
oh, you know, if she came to school more, she would be top class because it's a very smart girl. Like,
despite the fact that you're barely in school, you're still getting those grades. And it's actually true, because if I was 100% in school and I didn't have sickle cell, trust me, I would be getting A stars, A. That's the thing, that it just kind of irritates me. If I didn't have it, I would be top tier. Was I ever afraid of people finding out I had sickle cell? Like how some people are afraid of people finding out they have cancer. Yeah, I was, I guess, because as I said, people were ignorant. I'm not afraid anymore. I don't actually care. Like, as I said, I want to raise awareness for it. I was afraid because I knew what it was about, but even me myself, I didn't know. Like, people made me feel bad about it, even though I shouldn't have felt bad about it, because it's not something to feel bad about. I was afraid because I feel like people would feel sorry for me, make ignorant comments that some people did. What triggers my pain? What triggers my pain is being dehydrated, being extremely hot, being extremely cold, and I'm not even wearing enough clothes. Like, if I'm walking outside and it's snowing and I'm literally half naked, I'm definitely gonna have a crisis when I get back home. That's why when it's cold, like, I definitely make sure to dress up. How long does your crisis last? My crisis can last from a day to 2 weeks. But I don't remember the last time I was in crisis for more than 2 weeks. Having sickle cell ever get you in a bad mood? Yeah, man, I get in a bad mood when I can't do what I want to do, because obviously living with sickle cell, you have to take precautions. Stuff like going on holiday, you know, I have to make sure that I'm taking the right precautions so I'm healthy during the holiday. I have to take all my stuff with me, my medication, my injection, so it's just too much hassle, you know what I'm saying? Like, having sickle cell is a lot of hassle, and it's not saying you can't do what you want to do, but it's hard to work around it, so you just think, oh, let me just not do it at all, like, you know. So that's the stuff, like, it puts me in an annoying mood, like, oh. But at the same time, like, I'm still a happy person, like, you know, I just deal with it. I don't let it stop me to that extent where I'm just depressed anymore. You know, back in the day, yes, I used to get depressed over it, but yeah, I grew out of it now. You know, I'm good.
You know, I'm good, I'm Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm Gucci.
Does it affect you having children? No, it doesn't. You can have children. That's another thing that people make up about sickle cell. Oh, you can't have children. And there's definitely ways around for them not to turn out with sickle cell nowadays. The girl that I was talking about that inspired me to do this video, she has a child. The child doesn't have nothing. He's a healthy baby, you know what I'm saying? T-Boy's from TLC, she has sickle cell, she has a child, a daughter, and her daughter doesn't have anything either, she's healthy. So, you know, it doesn't affect you having children at all. You can have children if you want to have children. Any advice with anyone with sickle cell is don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do. Obviously, you take the precautions, like you know you have sickle cell, you know, like you know you have it, so you know you have to do certain things to prevent a crisis from happening. But don't let it stop you from being happy. You're gonna succeed, you're gonna do well, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna live a long, healthy life. Just be happy and just know that you're not alone, and there's definitely other people that have it, you know. And there's actually different severities of sickle cell too. Like with me, mine isn't as severe as now, but there's people who have more severe ones. Advice to people with sickle cell, just know that you're not alone. Don't feel sad about it. Don't let people make you feel bad about it either. Like, people with sickle cell are special. My sickle cell warriors, we are special human beings, you know. You know, there's no one like us. Like, we're winning, like, you know, despite the fact that we have it, we're still doing our thing. I can name celebrities that have sickle cell. T-Boy's from TLC, Prodigy from Mobb Deep, you know, he grew up to be a legend. Tiki Barber, he's an American football player. Lawrence Tate, this guy is a legend. Despite the fact that they have it, they're still doing well, still succeeding. And I believe that I can do that too. So, you know, just keep hope, keep faith in yourself. And keep hoping, keep doing well, keep being strong, because trust me, we got this. From this day forward, when this video drops, I'm planning to just do even more to help and raise awareness. Hopefully people that are watching this can do that too. Share this video. We need people to know about it just as much as we know about all the other medical conditions that involve serious